I've noticed a fascinating habit with people in relationships, not just romantic ones, but any relationship, whether it's a business relationship or employee-employer relationship. And it makes you unproductive. It makes you actually counterproductive. It makes you unhappy, unable to focus on work, unable to succeed in making money because the process of financial success, finance is all numbers. Numbers is all mental. It's not emotional at all. And yet, people in relationships, and in order to make money, you can't do it in a silo. You can't do it alone. Making money requires somebody paying you. And that, again, is a relationship. You're relating to somebody else. There's a giver and a taker, and that makes you part of a relationship ecosystem. So this is probably one of the biggest reasons most people have a hard time leveling up in life and consistently producing financial rewards for themselves is this relationship problem, oddly enough. So here it is. It's natural, and I would venture to say that 99.999% of all humans have some amount of insecurity. 0.000001% are the enlightened ones that really don't give a shit. And so, besides them, everyone else is insecure. And so, how do you go about resolving that insecurity? Now, that insecurity, if it's mechanical, like is my tire pressure low? Then you go to a car mechanic, an auto mechanic, and they check your tire pressure and fix it. If that insecurity is physical, you go to a doctor and get it looked at. If that insecurity is relationship oriented, does this person still love me? Does this person still want me? Does this person still find me attractive? You know what people do? It's not like you could go to a relationship doctor. I suppose you could go to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but psychiatrists will just prescribe you drugs for insecurity. So what do? You go to a psychologist, and depending on how good they are, I mean, an auto mechanic, it's hard to be a bad, well, I guess it's possible to be a bad auto mechanic, but psychologists too, it's hard to be a good psychologist that really, really understands. So you're not left with a lot of options. So here's what most people do. This is what you might be doing. You're insecure about your relationship. You don't know if you're loved as much, desired, wanted, appreciated as much. So you test it. You want some confirmation that you're valuable to this person, still attractive to this person. So what do? You test it by making it really hard to value you, to appreciate you, to love you. Yeah. You make it hard to love you, and if they still love you in spite of all the chaos and drama and mess that you bring into this relationship, good. They love me. He loves me. She still loves me. Is that stupid? Yes. Is it common? Oh, absolutely. It happens all the time. I don't believe you. It's kind of like that. Anyway, you've been doing it since you were a baby. When you're a brand new baby child, you cry, you cause a stink, you even shit your pants, and guess what? Instantly, mommy or daddy comes rushing over and just coddles you, washes you, loves you, pats you on the back, feeds you. You get a little older, and you throw your tantrums, you break things, you throw things off tables, and you throw your food around, and you cause a mess. Even at 2 years old, you're smart enough to know that this is going to create difficulty for your unconditionally loving parents. But this is how you affirm, and then you feel much better because, oh, mom cleaned up for me, dad fixed it for me. Which is maybe okay up until you're about 3 years old, but a vestige of that, and that tends to taper down in a lot of people. In other words, that kind of making it hard for the people who love you to love you to test whether they still love you or not, that tendency tends to taper down for most people a little bit at a time. But you have that tiny little bit left, or you have a lot of it left, regardless. And as you get older in life, you have less tolerance in life, you have less time left in life to deal with bullshit. And so guess what? You get to a point where that just doesn't work anymore, and you're in one relationship, and bam, kicked out of that relationship. In another relationship, bam, kicked out of that relationship. In another relationship, bam, kicked out of that relationship. Why? Because you keep trying to test this person's love with hardship. Just like you were a little baby, and they don't have to unconditionally love you. They're not your parents. And you might not even be conscious that you're doing it. Hey, if I cause a big fight and they don't go sleep with somebody else that night, or they don't leave me that night, that means they still love me. Oh, now I can rest assured. Now I'm not insecure anymore. So every time I feel insecure, I'm going to make this person's life miserable so that they can prove that they love me, so that I don't have to be insecure. Is what most people do. How do you fix that problem? Well, here's the short answer, because we don't have time for the long answer. Short answer, meditate. It really is a cure-all. Meditation is the process of noticing yourself, being conscious of yourself, being conscious of the tendency for you to... Meditation is about focused intent and possibly objectivity. So imagine if you were your super being outside of yourself and just kind of standing 5 feet above you and behind you and just looking at every single thing you're doing. And the moment you start feeling insecure, this super being version of you kind of looks down at you and goes, oh no, not that same old insecurity again. You know what? Next thing you're going to do is you're going to cause a fight, or you're going to cause some drama, or you're going to cause a ruckus to try and get this other person to show you that they love you, even though you know that eventually it'll get exhausting for them. You're going to do it because it's a temporary fix. Hello? Don't do it. That's what meditation is. I'm not even talking about the meditations with the mantras where you go Om and you sit there cross-legged. I'm just talking about the most basic meditation of being aware of yourself and your own tendencies. And you fix it. Okay, so that's how you stop doing it, meditation. What do you do instead with this feeling of insecurity? First of all, feelings go away in time. That's the beauty of feelings, is that they go away. You could love someone and in time, that feeling goes away. You can hate someone in time, that feeling goes away. So you can just wait it out. But if you don't want to wait it out and you want to resolve that feeling right away, what do? Go the opposite direction. How healthy people have relationships that are healthy, this is what they do. If you feel like you're being not loved as much as you deserve, not wanted as much as you deserve or you want, or however much you feel or believe that you want in your life, if you feel like you're not getting the attention that you want in your life, treat the people even better. Treat the people even better. And a really outstanding human being, a really solid, functional, healthy human being will suddenly go, oh my God, I haven't really done anything recently to deserve this super awesome treatment. I'd better step my game up. I'd better raise the bar myself. Oh, this person's treating me so nicely and I kind of feel bad. I've been neglecting this person. And so they will step up the game as well. That's how you get positive reinforcement. That's how you get more love, more desire, more interest, more attention. By just giving them a little hint that maybe this is how I want to be treated. I'm going to show you how I want to be treated by treating you that way. It reminds you of something someone said, doesn't it? What if they don't? Now remember, a really healthy, positive, balanced person will actually treat you well when you treat them well. If they don't, and if they take you for granted, and if they say, yeah, this person's a loser, look at how well they're treating me, then the answer is simple. Kick them out of your life.